1992. I went to bed, a college student, on a quick trip to Serbia. The next morning, I woke up a refugee. My country, Bosnia, was at war. Borders closed, communication lines severed, and I lost all contact with friends and family. I was terrified. Over the next few years, I would be a refugee on 2 continents and 3 countries. Each new move meant a new language, new people and cultures, and new jobs. It's not the turbulence that brings the plane down, but how the pilot reacts to it. A pilot knows when to adjust the altitude and change the speed to bring the plane safely to its destination. My journey was a turbulent one, but I chose to be the pilot and not the passenger. Along the way, I learned many lessons, and tonight, I'd love to share 3 of those with you. The first lesson is to get really clear on your career destination. When I first moved to Germany, I managed to get a job at the local restaurant to wash dishes and peel potatoes. Now, if you know anything about German cuisine, you know that's a lot of potatoes to peel. A lot. So I certainly had a job security, and at first I was really grateful to have a job and can earn enough to survive. But after a time, I grew tired of surviving. I realized, okay, there's nothing I can do to change the events that brought me here, but I can plan my next steps. So I decided to do 2 things. Number 1, never eat another potato. And number 2, use my nursing education to become licensed to practice in Germany. And that became my destination, building a career and becoming a nurse. The second lesson is to use your remote connections, leverage them. When I first decided on my career destination, I got busy. I signed up for a language course and started interacting with people outside of my usual potato peeler network. And that was really scary at first, and I was very self-conscious. But with the time, I got better at it. I also realized that many of my new acquaintances are excellent networking resources. So I got very deliberate in making more connections and talking to more people. I talked to anyone that would listen. Until finally one such connection led me to a brand new clinic that was staffing. Shortly after that, I was hired as a nursing assistant, and that was my first breakthrough. 2 years later, I was working as a licensed registered nurse in a hospital in the heart of Munich. My third and final lesson is to be prepared to alter your course. Once I finally launched my nursing career, I had a few years of calm altitude and no storms. And then another turbulence hit. This time, I received a deportation letter from German government giving me 3 months to leave the country. I was newly married and pregnant with my first child. After an intense vetting process and heaps of immigration papers, my husband and I moved to the United States. Here, I was ready to jump right back in and continue with my nursing education, but I quickly found out that the education system here requires additional schooling and thousands of dollars we didn't have. I knew that pivoting away from nursing means starting from ground zero again, but I needed a job, and I needed one quickly. I was really lucky to be hired as a production worker by the OC Tanner Company, and I'm proud to say that 21 years later, I still work for this incredible organization. Along the way, I earned my bachelor's degree from Utah State University and benefited from great business education at work. Today, my resume tells a different story. It tells the story of a business leader experienced in customer service, sales, nonprofit, human resources, and I'm just getting started. On any given day, thousands of planes fly above us. Many experience turbulence, yet they all make it safely to their destinations. Same goes for us. We go through our life experiencing change and disruption, but these events don't break us. It's how we react to them that shapes the outcome. For me, well, I decided to become the pilot of my own career. Thank you.